to another Every Action Commentary. It's a commentary for February 2025. I'm your host, Zach.
I'm a co-host, Chris.
And this month we are watching Jupiter Ascending, the 2015 Wachowski space opera, because celebrating its 10th anniversary. Came out in February 2015. And yeah, and also, Chris, you've never seen this movie, right?
Have not.
Oh,
It
boy.
was it was on my one day I'll watch it to
Mhm.
say I did, but there have been other contenders to distract. But yeah, all I know is Eddie Redmayne's in this, and it pretty much steals the last act of the movie. Like you're just
He's in it.
distracted by
He's
it.
in it throughout. This is like post Oscar nomination. Like he got an Oscar nomination for The Theory of Everything, and then this is the next movie he was in after this, and he was just like devouring scenery. This one where it's just like, wow, he's using the Oscar win or the Oscar nomination.
I think out of everyone, this movie hurt Shane Tatum
Maybe.
because Mila Kunis had Family Guy still. Eddie
Yep.
Redmayne was other things, but I think right after this, Shane Tatum did White House Down.
Oh, trying to be like a serious like action star or something.
Yeah, yeah. This
Hmm.
was like, hey, he's a good romance action star role, and it's like, all right, well, how about the next one? And then just nope. And then I think it came back again from
Oh, this
22 Jump Street.
this is after White House Down.
Oh my god.
So it was yeah, after 22 Jump Street. So he did Jupiter Ascending, but then he was in Magic Mike XXL, and then Hateful Eight, and then Hail Caesar. So that, I mean, he recovered like quite a bit afterwards. But yeah, his like I'm a serious action star stuff did not really work out that great. GI Joe Retaliation, White House Down. This.
Well, the retaliation, he's barely in that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and then like the first GI Joe too. That was
Oh
like
yeah.
6 years before this movie. But yeah, he's we'll find out soon. But he's a half human. Or I think he's a human dog hybrid or something. Which is just one of the many insane things that are part of the lore of the universe of Jupiter Ascending. We got space bureaucracies. There's people who are bees. There's people who like it's the who owns what planets. It's very Dune as well. I think like there's like a lot of like there's like these like bickering houses and stuff, and bickering like families that own different planets, and there's resources on different planets. But let's jump in. So it's on Max. You can watch it on Max, or you can watch it. If you happen to have like I don't know a physical copy of it somehow, or um, but however you're watching it, we're right before the Warner Bros. Logo comes up. So pause it right before there, and I'll give a countdown, and we'll get started here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Ooh, look at this fancy logo that's
Was that the,
been
was that
decked out.
was that the Harry Potter theme? Or is did Warner Bros. Was they using the Harry Potter theme for like their logo for a little bit? Or is it just like the Jupiter Ascending theme is just like
Ripping off of
ripping off Harry
yeah, that
Potter?
very familiar of it, right?
Dun, 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 dun.
But they're adding those little finishes to the
Mm.
every logo as if this was gonna be some sort of space Star Wars epic.
Well, this is the Wachowskis. Like this is their Star Wars basically. They're trying. It's like their big space opera.
Wow, this movie comes straight out of the gate saying, "I'm an alien."
Yeah.
Yeah, because you fell in love with a guy who basically had no jacket hanging out by the water.
Yep.
So is this based on a comic?
No, I think this is completely from the mind of the Wachowskis.
Wow.
Yeah, and we'll get to it. But Mila Kunis's character is named Jupiter Jones.
We're from the
KGB,
main.
KGB.
Are they the KGB? Oh no, it's
Wait,
the
gangster?
mafia.
It's like the Russian mob,
They're bothering like an
an
astrophysicist.
astrophysicist. Yeah. What did the mom? What did the mom do? Like, was she like a like gangster or something?
This is super not explained. I don't understand
Get used to that feeling, Chris.
what. Like I feel like this is their mud. Their if they started in the beginning where she was hassled or that he was hassled by the Russian mob
Yeah,
first.
they're just like, "Where's the
That's how they
money?"
met.
They kill him, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Another immigrating
So
in like
not spoil,
1920s. Like,
not to spoil this so much, but like, do they ever explain that?
I don't think so.
Wow.
And also, it's also this is like it's like it feels like the 1800s, but this is like the 80s, and they're like on like a cargo ship.
No, no, that's accurate. That still happened a lot in the
Yeah,
80s, man. You just didn't have to deal with that.
but yeah, Jupiter was born in international waters, so she has no country.
So we're not going to mention the whole like guys who barge in, shoot the dad, just whatever. And then the
Yeah, I
mom
don't.
left because of that
Yeah,
or what?
I don't think they ever mentioned that again.
Wow.
I think it was just a reason to get them out of Russia,
You can literally start the movie here without explaining that. Cuz
or
that
just
I'm going to be distracted by that now.
be like your father died of cancer or something. Like just be like gunned down by the Russian mob. Like,
Are we even sure that the Russian mob? I don't even know.
yeah, well, they said where's our money? Is that's like but the KGB might be sort of different money. Who knows? Maybe they're aliens. Maybe they're part of the whatever sci-fi thing's happening. Jupiter
So,
ascending.
wouldn't the title screen make sense if it was ascending up, not just rotating?
If like Mila Kunis is like going in an elevator or something. But get it? It's Jupiter. Her name is Jupiter, and it's called Jupiter Ascending.
Meanwhile, on Titan,
Yeah,
I'm confused by the word humane when aliens say it
hmm
because they're not humans. So humane is not a great like use of that.
Eddie Redmayne in this movie. He's either like whispering or he's yelling at the top of his lungs.
Do they do they explain why they look like young old people?
I think that's part of it. Yeah, they explain like there's like a reason.
Okay. Cuz he talks like an old man, looks pretty young in the face, and then his hairline is saying that he's supposed to be in his 40s. Like it's confusing. Wait, what's his relation to all these people?
They're all siblings.
Well, the younger brother definitely has a thing for his sister.
Yeah, so Eddie Redmayne owns Earth. They all own like certain planet. They all own like a bunch of planets.
They're terrible landlords. Because who owned this planet? They annihilated all of the living things, and then they're just like walking amongst the ruins
Hmm.
for fun. Is that the aunt?
I think so. Yeah, or the
Aunt
mom.
looks great because she's like the same. The mom is like a whole new character. I don't think that's the mom. I don't know what the mom
Mhm.
is.
I love how she has Jupiter things on her wall just to like enhance the fact that her name is Jupiter.
Wait, what?
She had like a giant Jupiter poster on her wall just to like be like, "Hey, my name's Jupiter. I love Jupiter."
Wow.
Get it?
Looks like a cosplayer got lost.
All the characters from the Matrix are bursting in this movie now.
So the thing is, this is paced like an anime where you'll just the story and introduction is told through other characters seeing shit,
Hmm.
and then you gotta piece together everything.
I mean, that tracks with the Chowskis. They love anime, so
And I'm already okay about this like Asian Ramona Flowers.
use your super smelling.
How
But he,
oily was that woman? Where I don't know how long ago she wrote her signature on that paper, but he was able to sniff it.
yeah. Or is that just that's just part of it? Like Channing Tatum's dog powers, he can smell and remember things or see things.
Yeah, but the transfer and the oil that's on that paper
Hmm.
from the human skin.
Yeah.
Like I get clothing. Someone wears clothing and you tell a dog to track the scent, but not when like someone writing a signature. That's maybe like 2 seconds. 2 seconds of transfer.
Hmm.
Oh man, future
Rollerbladed.
rollerblades.
Yep. That's how you know he's cool.
They're trying to bring back rollerblading things.
It's 2015.
Well, this is 2014, right?
It came out in 2015 because we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of it. So
Oh, I forgot he has blonde hair. He kind of looks like a werewolf Eminem.
yeah, I think we'll see it in a little bit too. But he had to wear a mouth thing to like change his bottom jaw, and so he can't close his mouth at all.
Oh, they gave him like a Nean like a
Like he had to wear like a
Neanderthal.
he had to wear like a mouth guard or
Right,
like a
right. But
mouthpiece.
but the
Yeah.
when your bottom jaw is bigger than like your top row of teeth. It's like a Neanderthal, like almost
Yeah,
like a Frankenstein like look to your mouth.
yeah.
You know?
Trying to make him look more like a like it's like trying to make him look more canine.
Okay, there's an owl man here. Does that ever get pointed out?
I feel like the Wachowskis have like a binder full of lore that it makes sense to them. Like they have like all this backstory for everybody, but then it's not really in the movie.
There's some concepts that aren't bad. Like honestly, on paper right now, for what I've seen, isn't bad. But it's so goddamn rushed that you have no time to take it all in without just being like, just like bombarded by like too much overload. Like, look at this. There's an event horizon happening.
hmm
Is it controlled in the pool?
Like his solar sailor. There's a dragon man. like,
Yeah. We're not even going to focus on that yet.
yeah, this keep dropping just insanity. It kind of feels like the Wachowskis had like like Warner Bros. Getting a blank check of the Matrix trilogy, and this is like the last movie they had to like cash in on anything. So it's just like everything they possibly wanted they're throwing in here.
Why do I think I've seen this actress before?
Oh, it's Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Our future Sue Storm.
But she looks a little different in this, right?
I feel like this had to be like one of her first movies because she's like barely like a character in this movie.
Also, I'm not liking her like American accent. It's weird. I hope she's improved it since the new Fantastic Four.
hmm
Look, she's getting her powers now. She's getting cosmic powers. She's the
yeah,
invisible girl.
yeah. Now there's just there's just gray aliens. So it's just it's got neuralized. Will Smith's gonna show up.
Yeah, I would have loved at the end of this movie. It secretly isn't Men in Black like 2.5 movie.
hmm Wasn't Channing Tatum in one of those? Like he had a cameo or something in one of them Men in Blacks. I feel like.
Probably international. I don't. I haven't seen international in a long time. Not like once.
Oh no, I guess not. It feels like something that would have happened though. Well, maybe I'm thinking of the. Remember when they were talking about like the 21 Jump Street Men in Black
Me, yeah.
crossover or
Oh
something?
my god. I wish I could help fund that movie. You let me say a bunch of sexy shit to your family, and this we have good dinner, yeah?
Shut up, Meg. Like,
Yeah, it's the Russian Peter Griffin over there. What are they doing? Did I miss something about this plan that they're doing?
no, they haven't mentioned what
Oh my god, this movie has insane like plot
plotting. Yeah,
pacing. Yeah, yeah, plotting. It's just like I, I, why did the father get killed? Why did he get Bruce Wayne? I don't know. Or like Thomas Wayne.
hmm
Okay, they're trying to take her eggs.
she's gonna sell her eggs. Yeah,
So this like everyone's bad at math. Like she's not trying to get more money, and
she's gonna spend
she's
all her
stuck.
egg money on a telescope,
Yep.
which I guess is the same telescope her father had, which is meaningful. But there's probably better ways to spend $5,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to like save. No one has a idea of like good investments. I guess
And she's using her friend's name too.
her friend that she actually works for to clean her like bathroom and stuff. This is standard egg harvesting procedure.
Yep.
Just relax.
Just we just put the floaters on you. It's fine. Are these the Greys? And like, yeah, I think these are the Greys, just like in human form. Yep.
Hologram form. So, is this movie meant for like that the 20-year-olds who grew out of Twilight and need another like cross lovers,
It
a
kind of
cross
has it
lovers
kind of
thing?
has a little bit of that vibe. Yeah.
Because your action sequence is not really focused. It's cool things. I'll give it that. Like I don't mind Channing Tatum flipping around and doing the space things, but it's done so hastily. You know what I mean? Like look at
Mhm.
this. Look what just happened. He did this action sequence and then it's like cuts away to the next thing. There's no time to follow that.
Yeah. Go from like this like fertility clinic to like space orgy. This zero G space orgy.
Yeah, this movie's secretly like a fetish movie. Everyone's got animal things. This is how like a furry
hmm
community would want the like not the full on committed furry, but the animal hybriding.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot J.J. was trying to do some sort of weird accent. very very Twilight. He's very Jacob from
Yep,
Twilight.
this is the Twilight fandom that is getting out of control.
Or like one of those like weird like the weird like spin off like or like knockoffs like Beastly or whatever. Like
This is cut like a cartoon for the pilot episode. Like it's so rushed.
yep.
Well, you're right. Whispers and screams.
Destroy the thing that goes to the planet. Gah! They use the Force.
So I kind of forgot this is a Chicago movie. I should next time I go to Chicago, just ask like, "Hey, this is where they filmed Jupiter Ascending."
Yeah. I feel like was it Chicago was kind of like a big like there's a bunch of movies like filmed there for like a couple years there. It was like Dark of the
Tax
Moon.
credit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Office Party, that Christmas party movie.
Hmm. I do love that he has to actually like skate.
Yeah, you just can't let it like like pulsion blast you. You have to move your legs. But see, it changes between boot riding and then like what looks like like a
Like a
hoverboard.
hoverboard. Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, he's grinding.
I do admit the some of the visual shots for 10 years don't look that bad.
No, you can see the money's on the screen. I think this movie costs like 100, like almost $200 million.
Now, do you think they dangled anyone from a wire for half of this?
Oh, I think that was yeah. I think that's how they filmed this. I think I was reading. Let me just check. I think this was like the. It took like 6 weeks to film this scene or something.
Wow.
Oh, six
I mean,
months. Okay.
wow. Look, they're going through every shot from every other movie. The other shot was from Batman, Dark Knight. This is from Spider Man,
It's like yeah, the
Spider
entire
Man
city of
2.
Chicago.
Yeah, but it's funny because I've seen so many other superhero movies that take place in this area, and
Hmm.
I've been here. I've
Yeah.
been on there, and it's like, yeah, they're all within like 3 blocks of each other. See, Chicago is made up of like 3 islands, and
Hmm.
that's what you have to cross the bridge to get to the other part. I really just hang out on the main island, or like the lower, like south side, and then like the center. It's kind of like Boston. And all the times we've been to Boston, Zach, you ever been to the north side where like Harvard is and MIT?
I don't think so. No.
It's not as touristy. It's the same thing why like everything is filmed in Chicago is the center and south side. So that gray alien injected
just
and
like, it's, like with just a threat of violence. It's like I'm out of here.
yeah, and did he even have like a parachute or like an ability to fly?
He's just like I lived a good life.
I do like the ships are able to
like,
transform.
and they look like lobsters.
And it's like, how do you explain that? It's like, oh, it's space technology, and you're like, all right, just roll with it.
Nanobots. So it's nanobots. With there are so many like just casual like millions of people are like thousands of people are dying in Chicago right now.
Well, maybe it's the nighttime, so no one's in the buildings.
Like the office
Office,
buildings.
yeah.
I mean, they blew up a bunch of cars. So there's a bunch of, at least a couple people are like dozens of people are dead from in the car explosions.
You know, I'm surprised we didn't get like a Jupiter ascending ride or something at Six Flags to experience the Battle of Chicago.
Where's there's a I think there's a Warner Brothers park in Australia, maybe. That's like all. It's just Warner Brothers stuff. But yeah, like the Transformers ride, like the Spider Man ride. It's like this. It's this scene from Jupiter Ascending. You're just like flying around Chicago.
Spider-Man ride is like this. The Transformers ride is a bonkers like time capsule of the Michael Bay movies.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend it if you ever been
Oh,
on it.
I've been on it. Yeah, I've been on it.
Like when I went there Universal a year ago, it was like no line, so I was able to ride that twice.
So they're just straight up like Men in Blacky people.
So that like in order to manage this planet, they have to have like a B team of people that live among humans that have to manage like house cleaning.
Yeah, I guess
They have their own.
the Greys are just like a stealth force on the planet,
Guess
covering
so,
everything up.
but they're not good at it because, like, yeah, they got this.
Remember this
Wait,
that happened 10 minutes ago?
what? Why are we watching this again? Okay,
Because Eddie Redmayne's watching it.
so how is there a recording of like this?
Yeah.
Who recorded this? Can you wait for the future when they make movies where we could watch holograms of it,
Mm-hmm. Just
like
walk into
plays?
it. Yeah.
I kind of want to see that. Like, I want to see if someone makes this technology of plays that you can just like project in your home, and then just like walk around, eat a sandwich, like and watch it from different angles.
Mm-hmm. The dragon's name is Mr. Skellington.
Oh, I had to put on the subtitles to see how that was like pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
It's with a T to skeleton.
Skelligan.
Yeah, but it's like TSK. They could just call it skeleton and been fine, but it's like let's make it more fancy and
It's gotta be sci-fi.
well, it's a little bit European sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, get it? Because they're sticky.
And absorbent.
But I've only done this twice. I'm that good.
I'm also really good at breakdancing.
So, do we ever revisit her family?
I can't remember, but I want to say no.
Wow, we're just abandoning that B plot. It's like I think you
There's no
mentioned
time,
earlier.
Chris. There's no time.
Yeah, they just plot shows up, plot exits out. Not even exit, just like leaves. Oh wait, I forgot he was in this.
Sean Bean, baby.
Is he part B?
Yes, his name is Stinger. So you know he's part B. This is like ultimate Sean Bean. Like his accent is just like totally on display.
Yeah, he's not acting American or anything. Just it's probably sounds like real life.
Sup, sup.
Oh, you've got a crazy name too. Cool.
Not the bees.
Uh oh, she's gonna get my girl. Oh, she's a Disney princess. So has she never like encountered insects before?
Or bees.
Because I don't think these are space bees, right? I think these are just regular
Yeah,
bees.
beads. He's like Rocket Raccoon.
And it also like it stapled and healed him. This movie definitely started with like this concept. The like what
Peace.
Wachowskis were looking
He's
at bees,
yeah.
and then like I wonder how they know that, and then they're like, oh, we should make a bee movie, and they're like, no, that's called a bee movie. It
Yeah.
exists already.
Was it, I feel like this is when like the whole like bees are disappearing thing was happening.
Yeah, they didn't disappear. They went back to Jupiter.
Yes. They're aliens. What is a recurrence?
Yeah, playing Dark Souls.
That was 2015?
It's Dark Souls like 2.
Doctor trying to kill me. It's fine.
Jupiter reschedule. All right, there's just too much like subplot between the main stuff. Again, this makes sense in a comic or a cartoon, but when this movie only has a 2-hour runtime,
It definitely feels like there's enough stuff for like a TV show. If they made like a, I don't know where streaming was at this time. I think we were in like the like everyone buying
it's,
streaming stuff, but
I think it was just Netflix and Amazon at this point.
mm.
Hulu was around, but it wasn't as strong. Hulu originals weren't a thing yet, like a bigger thing. Oh, he's an albino,
He's a
like
albino, half human, half wolf, alien.
Lycantin.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's been genetically modified.
he needs his pack. Super hearing.
They really look more like elf ears than dog ears.
Hmm.
Like if they were floppier, or like John Candy and Spaceballs,
Yes. Hmm.
that would have been like adorably cute.
They should have done something with his nose too. Like his nose should have been more like a dog nose.
Like a snout.
Hmm.
Wow, we're just going straight into it.
Well, here you go. You want an exposition dump, Jupiter? Here you go.
All right, let me tell you about the planetary ruling and the families, and then how we govern this world.
Welcome to my exposition office.
Wait, so they did the dinosaur thing because they had to clear the dinosaurs that came before?
I think did Sean Bean say there was like a dinosaur that was like rising up, like leading all the other dinosaurs or something that was going too powerful. We had to kill them. They're becoming
Like
was
a
it
threat
extreme
to
dinosaurs
space?
or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like were they inventing rocket ships? Like, okay, it's a dinosaur, whatever. You have like Mr. Skeleton, like
Hmm.
they're reptile things.
So they're basically it's basically the Eternals, right?
Yeah, this is the same plot as the Eternals.
except it's not a celestial's gonna burst out of the planet. It's they harvest all the people on the planet for whatever space goo.
I see. So I think just movies that have to do with planet harvesting just don't do well. Well, see, that's the difference between the Eternals and Endgame is that Thanos' plan is let's just reduce the count, so that's just mass like reduction. Where
Yeah.
harvesting from the same concept of whatever the population grows to a certain limit, uh, isn't the same, and it's less popular.
Not the bays.
Okay, who are these like Aussie
there's like a
like
yeah
dreadnoughts?
they had like four new people to that group that we saw before.
It's Mad
What?
Max like cybernetic goons.
They're from the planet Aussie. Now it's just signs. It's just
The
running people more
signs
fields away from
wait, is
Gray.
signs part of the
Maybe.
the Jupiter ascending story?
Hmm. This is how we get crop circles.
I thought they were with the group. I There's so many like people in
Hmm.
this one thing that I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, I think this is also like this is one of the rare movies where Sean Bean survives. Was Channing Tatum just like hanging outside the ship while they went into like hyperspace,
He apparently got in the same way as like getting onto a plane like landing
like the
gear.
landing gear? Yeah.
So it's organ harvesting in a way.
Welcome to Ringed Earth.
Titan BC. I was wondering, is this one of those like see Jupiter ascending in 3D movies?
Man, was 3D still a thing in the 2015? I can't remember.
Like it lasted until like
Because
maybe 2018.
Avatar was 2010, right? And that was like the big like
No,
surge.
2009.
2009. Yeah. Oh, it was IMAX 3D. So
Eh. See, I imagine if I was on some like mind altering substance, I would be like all
Mhm.
about. They're like, whoa, whoa, but I'm just on like sinus meds, and I'm like, huh, it's not as trippy as I think this should be. Okay, do they explain how she is like a queen or royalty yet?
Not yet. I think they eventually do. Maybe.
Okay, just want to check.
Oh, I think your explanation's right now, Chris.
Oh boy, you're
In
like
this, in
Queen
this,
Amidala.
yeah, we're explaining this candlelight concert.
Does she know what a vampire is?
Yeah.
So they're humanoid. Oh, never asked a woman her age. So wait, does that mean like Mila Kunis's mom is also part royalty in a way?
I I don't, yeah, because he like Mila Kunis's parents are just like normal Earth people, but then she's somehow the genetic copy of this 91,000 year old space queen.
But because it's like in a weird way, it's interbreeding because the
Mhm.
genes have to then meet and then reform in a way that is exact again. But I mean, that's not how genes work. So they make the goo. She bathes in the goo. The goo is the one that keeps her young, isn't it?
It makes them, yeah, like reverts their aging or something. And also, you need lightning, I guess. Why wouldn't you like go into goo like every day? Like, why would you like let yourself kind of like age and then it's like, well, time to go into goo, I guess.
It's gene therapy. You basically did gene therapy. See, I don't mind the concept. This is a pretty cool and like scary concept that I
It's
like.
basically like Dune. It's like the spice, but then the spice is like every planet and like all the people. Like people are the spice.
Yeah, I don't mind that, but I think people get hung up on other parts of the movie because I did not know that was the actual plot. Like in all of what I know about this movie, it's the dog romance with the Cinderella story,
Hmm.
not the gene harvesting from planets. Planets are basically like orchards, like they're like farms, and like everything's like a humanoid. Like
Hmm.
these aren't true aliens. Everyone shares the same
Well, yeah, Earthlings are just like the yeah, they're
low
created by
primitive.
like yeah,
They're just primitive versions of
the
like the
Abraxases.
yeah, yeah. See what I mean? Like then that means that everyone on Earth is technically from the same like some
Hmm.
sort of like root seed. So they're just like to this royal family, all of humanity is just like inbred hicks. Right? Like these are rich royalty, and you're like, oh, like what do you have for like as a communication? Oh, a cell phone? You're like, oh, that's
we,
cute.
we have FTL.
Who's your phone provider? AT&T? What's that? No, we have like galactic like online. Have you ever talked to someone who doesn't have like a smartphone? You feel kind of judgmental.
Hmm.
It's like meeting someone with like an old school Nokia now. Wait, you watched me for years cleaning toilets. You guys are terrible. You did this now?
Yeah, call me Choop.
What?
You can't give yourself your own nickname, Mila Kunis.
It'd been funny if her name was like June Jupiter Jones, and then it's like, then she embraces her middle name as like her first name, and it's more of a
Or
joke
like
thing.
or she had it's like Jane Jones, but then but her father called her Jupiter or something.
Yeah,
Because
or it's like Jupiter is actually her real name, but she's been using Jane all along. So she gets like she gets more like comfortable as she realizes her legacy. She
Mhm.
embraces the name Jupiter. But you right off the gate, she's just like Jupiter, Jupiter, everything, blah blah blah. Finally, Shane Tatum has clothes on.
God, that was such a Meg line.
Yep. So this is really taking the Wachowskis, their like secret messages or like the subtlety of choosing like what you're supposed to be
Mhm.
and like the nine-binary thing. Now it's like gene encoding and like almost not eugenics, but like sort of like it gets into genetic like importance, and I'm like, huh, this could go dark in a weird way if
Well,
written.
it's also kind of like bestiality now too, because he's half dog or like dog like.
Hmm.
I
Like,
think we talked over.
do you want to like mix the royal bloodline with dog human hybrid blood?
Mhm. Welcome to Coruscant.
Again, this I feel like if you did this in a TV show and sort of had the pacing better, it wouldn't be bad.
Like an 8 episode TV show or something.
Yeah, a little more like 2 episodes really build up who she is and the pain and like what she's going through and what she thinks her destiny is. And then it gets to like, okay, hey, we need to protect you. Your destiny's being rewritten, and it's like turns out it's even more crazy than that. In the next arc, you get to this. I mean, it's imaginative. I'll give it that. This is like
Oh yeah,
development levels of crazy.
we're taking a detour into Terry Gilliam Town, so get ready
Oh,
for.
did he write this? What's going on? What's
I think he has a cameo in the scene, but it's this. It basically just turns into Brazil for 10 minutes,
wow?
and it's totally like tonally inconsistent with anything else in the entire movie.
It's like a whole different cut and pacing already. No matter what, bribes, cut through the red tape.
That's how you get through the bureaucracy. Yeah. There he is.
See, this would have been an episode. In a
The
halfway through
space.
the series, this would have been a
Mhm.
whole episode of craziness. I would actually appreciate that.
The space DMV episode.
I still think about the homage to it in Futurama.
Hmm.
For such a future thing, it's just like shitty tech. When's the last time you had to update like any of your DMV stuff, Zach?
A while ago.
I did it to get like the new driver's license in Jersey a while ago.
Hmm.
Really smooth. Like it used to be bullshitty, but they really like improved it.
Yeah, you do most of it online, then you just go there and it's like, yep, it's good.
Yeah, yeah. I think like in the 80s and 90s, it was like, yeah, it was some BS, but it's definitely improved. I think like everything when it comes to bureaucratic things are just getting better and better because like people have complained enough, and it's like AI now can just be like cut half of that.
Hmm.
But then the robot's AI, so why didn't they just let the AI do it and they can just hang out on the ship? Oh, is being turned on from the bureaucratic thing? Like, is that what turn you on?
Bureaucracy turns me on so much.
I love paperwork. Ooh, let's kiss in this alleyway.
Tell me about forms. Tell me what forms to fill out.
Just like a dog, he has to go to the bathroom. He just like points, goes to the wall,
What's this leg
lets
up?
loose. Yeah, that's a Mila Kunis standing. That the behind the shot.
Mhm.
Do we ever see Sean Bean's daughter again?
I don't think so.
Wow,
Did they imply that she had some sort of like disease? Because she had that like horrific
cough.
cough. And then,
Yeah. So time check wise, that was just the halfway point. There's still like another hour of movie.
yep.
Oh man, I felt like that was like the end of the movie.
If I remember correctly, I think it's basically it's like two mini movies now. It's like this. Now it's like a movie about like this brother, and then it's the final movie with like Eddie Redmayne.
Did anyone ever do a like a genome study of how Dune spun off all these things that like inspire it to basically keep like the structure the same?
I'm sure it's probably like videos or like something about like how like Dune's influence.
No one's done it before. I kind of want to do like a 3 hour long rant because I see this and it's like, okay, they definitely saw Dune and was like, we like this, but like they saw the David Lynch version and then went, oh,
But
let's
also
let's
they're
make it sexier.
all the same family. There's not like a rival family. There's not the Harkonnens. It's all just like the Abraxases. There's like three different siblings.
Yeah, but they
It'd be
all have
like,
a different style.
but yeah, it'd be like if there were like three Atreides and they're like arguing with each other.
All right, down in the Han Solo do you go?
Yep.
Wait, that's it? All right, that's a Batwoman, right?
They didn't take away his rocket boots.
Do they even check him for weapons? Or just they put him in the hole?
I loved my mom, quote unquote.
See what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I called it earlier. I'm like, something's not right about this guy. Also, something's not right about this family. Like it's
Mhm.
they're all genetically attracted to each other. You know, she's only been in space for like 3 days just to keep track of all these like space names.
Mhm.
I even forgot this guy's name.
Titus.
Okay, he's the easiest name. Yeah, you give up the man whoring and space booze. Whatever space playboy he is.
Goo.
Spice. Reject his
Rejects his
people.
people.
Yeah. I thought they explained this to her.
I think they just said they harvest the planet. I don't think they specifically said like, oh, we like melt people down into goo, and then that like makes us young and hot again. Like
I thought, oh,
the
you wasted
goo.
like wasted so many lives.
That was like a billion gazillion space dollars. Will you
Ugh.
marry me, mommy?
He senses like, oh, there's a marriage happening.
Incest.
Double cross. Like it's all sub like secret plans and stuff like that.
hmm
It's not bad, but it's just crammed on top of each other.
Yeah, I think there was like a I think Chantain was in like a Reddit Q and A or like some sort of like press thing, and people were like, "What's this movie about?" He's like, "I don't know."
He just couldn't summarize it. So does being a dog help you from out like your skin like freezing?
Yeah, I forget. Is there like a certain amount of seconds before you like decompress and die?
Your head should explode. You ice up and then like
Genetic engineering.
even in Guardians of the Galaxy they kind of explain that. Also, why would you do an ejection like an ejection from the ship that has all these like escape pod suits? Like you saw him kick them.
Yeah, Oh god, it's KGB! They found us!
It's now imagine being that mom. It's like the curse is happening again, and then it's
Mhm.
like the new level of like home invasion.
It'd be hilarious if like the space dragons were like, "Where's our money?"
Yeah. It's a good thing that the spacesuit's in English.
Just remembering the movie. Remember,
Is he breathing goo?
I think they all take goo to like stay alive. He went to a space farm upstate.
I'll marry my space son.
Warhammer.
Meanwhile, in a Lady Gaga themed wedding,
Yeah, speaking of Doom, like, have you seen Doom Prophecy yet, Chris?
the TV show,
Yeah.
I got like halfway through and I took a break. It was a lot.
Well, just like this is like the Emperor's daughter getting married.
Oh, like the first episode?
Yeah.
No, this is like crazier. Look at this.
Hmm. Oh, they're getting in the mechs from Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah, the same control scheme, and I didn't expect this. I didn't expect a mech battle. Oh, it's a Hunter Jaeger.
So the agents are like space cops.
They did mention something like that, but they can override the royalty.
Yeah.
Who's in charge of the Aegis then?
Space Marines.
No, I think you're thinking about 40K. Just regular Warhammers, medieval
Mm-hmm.
fantasy. Okay, so what's that movie with Asa Butterfield where they do kind of like this?
Oh, Ender's Game.
Yeah, it's an Ender game scene. Cool, another business contract. So they only need to drop two of these ships to go through this
Like
wall.
thousands of whatever these are drones. What even are they? They're like
It's so much noise just happening.
it's just like metal shards.
Yeah, that's what they say like during a will like thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is not even the end of the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is like this feels like the climax of the movie, but then there's a whole another segment with Red Dead Redmayne.
Bite his finger. Bite his finger.
I object to this wedding.
All right, just gonna walk right out. Bye.
Well, now time to deal with the third sibling.
Her family sucks.
He'll pay in the sequel.
We have to file a revenge paperwork.
We have to go to the yeah. Terry Gilliam has to give us like the revenge contract.
So I don't. So I'm a little confused. So she has to. She was gonna get married so he can legally kill her, and then like he would inherit her.
Earth, yeah, he would get all of her like holdings, which includes Earth.
I
And
see.
Earth is the most like resource rich planet in like the whole universe, I guess.
It's the ripest orchard.
Hmm.
I thought you said we don't go back to Chicago, Zach.
I saw this movie 10 years ago, so
Does everyone know each other and give each other like proper respect, like Mister?
yeah.
It's weird,
Well, they're all Mr. It's like Mr. Skellington, Mr. Knight, like
but it's like proper addressing him. It's just
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, you like, Mister and Mrs. Like they're very classic, like England royalty.
Yo Grace.
Yeah, yeah, weird. So, like, are British people like a direct descendant to like this house?
Mhm.
Because if you think about Dune, they don't use the word Mister and Mrs. They just say like or Grace. I think very
It's like
rarely they use that.
I think it's like yeah, it's all just like Lord.
Like Duke. Well, there is like a royal
Duke,
hierarchy
yeah, yeah.
name, but you can't really get away with that. Ah, it was a trap.
Get us out of here, Elephant Man.
Maybe one of you should have went with her instead of just like following her in a car,
Hmm.
like the equivalent, or maybe give her a gun. I don't know.
Hmm. A dagger or something, like anything.
I mean, it's just Eddie Redmayne. I'm pretty sure Mila Kunis could fight Eddie Redmayne. Whoa.
Oscar nominee Eddie Redmayne.
He is pretty good in this. It's like so
I mean,
crazy.
he's just I mean, he's devouring scenery. I mean, I'm sure the Wachowskis are just like do whatever the hell you want.
I'm wondering if he met someone in real life that acted like this, and he's like, "Yes, that's who I want to like study," and then
I
make a whole
will
character.
whisper, I will whisper until I yell, and then whisper.
Cool, space capitalism.
Yep. Do you think is this what got him Fantastic Beasts? You're like, yes, we want
Yes,
him in
we
Harry
want
Potter.
the whisper screaming guy. Let's make him a good guy where he does none of that.
Let's make him a foppish magical creature hunter. Yeah, dig on your hands and knees to the red storm of Jupiter.
Come on, do more business deals.
This is the first step of 50 to make me claim the Earth.
So we're doing like the same thing he did in the first part, like the other part where
Yes,
he is going back into a barrier. But
he has
this
to.
time he
He has
just
to
has to
fly.
survive.
He has to fly into like the brother, like the one of the Abraxas's fortresses in his spaceship and crash through and fight them.
Is he gonna crash through like another cathedral? Also, why does that one brother have like a wedding chapel in his like house or his ship?
Mm-hmm. This is where we have Space Church. Well, he's dead.
Yeah, he's super dead.
Man, thank God that middle section of the ships are so strong.
Yeah, what's the middle part of the ship made out of? Just make more of that in the like other parts. he falling asleep? What's going on?
He has like narcolepsy. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I fall asleep.
So she gets her family free, but then they're gonna get harvest like the next
He's got
day.
he's gonna harvest them like immediately.
She's figuring out like the loophole in the contract.
Mhm. It's like this is like her Neo moment, except instead of like kung fu, it's bureaucratic intergalactic contracts.
This is bureaucracy. Is he barking?
I think it's the dragons. They're like rah, 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 rah.
Fuck your iPad.
My balls. Yeah, but isn't it crazy that like we got like a giant climax, now we're getting another giant climax?
It's a little like a part two to it, and it's a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is like they didn't understand how to make climaxes. Or
That's
it
what I
should
said.
be spread apart, you know, like the
Mhm.
middle act and then this, so it's like now it's even more of a high pressure stake thing.
That's what I'm saying. Is like it's so episodic too. Like this is like an episode. Like this is like the season finale of the episode of the TV show.
Again, it's not a bad concept. The gravity conveyor belt system is a little weird. I guess in the future there is no like space OSHA to stop from like throwing debris.
Mm. Is this? I'm assuming this is Mr. Skellington, but like it's hard to
No,
tell.
this
Like
is
all the
Mr.
space
Green.
dragons.
Mr. Skeleton is
Oh,
dead.
there's a difference. It's hard. They all the space dragons look the same.
I think you're racist, Zach. I think
I guess I
you're
guess space
dragon
dragons.
racist. So does that mean if she has kids, then her kids might look like Eddie Redmayne and like everyone else?
Maybe.
So like that means in other planets this has happened, like a recurrence that like one of the siblings might show up later on in another like planet, another
I guess they,
humanoid planet.
I guess if they die, if they die, I guess, but they've all been like alive for like thousands of years.
No, 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 but like they see the planet with their family. So there's
Mm-hmm.
still a chance that like Eddie Redmayne, there might be like an Eddie Redmayne working like a gas station in another planet, like the equivalent
Mm-hmm.
of it.
Does it only happen when you die? Because like that's the only reason like that Mila Kunis like looks like the mother's because the mother like got murdered.
Well, she's been dead for like 91, like how
Well,
much, how many
she was like
millennia?
91. She was like 91,000 years old when she
Okay,
died. But I think she died recently,
and then like your DNA pool goes
or within
back.
like I guess within like because like how Mila Kunis is like you know like 20 something years ago. I guess the mother died maybe or something, or 30 something years ago.
Which in like space time isn't a lot because
No.
they live for like centuries.
Hmm. How are they able to get it? Like, is the explosion just like they're able to get in now because everything's like blowing up?
I don't know how they got past that barrier.
Because there's that whole like yeah you can't get through the shield or the
But
storm whatever
the
it
thing
is.
is, it wasn't even the shield was the problem. It was the pressure of the storm. So
Mm-hmm.
they can now fly through the storm.
Because it's blowing up.
It would have been better if like Channing Tatum got in there, then opened up the gate for them, and then that's how they
Yeah,
got there. But they didn't even do that. They just sort of appear.
I'm gonna space rollerblade as fast as I can.
Wait, I thought he just saved her. Who did he just put on the gurney?
It must have been like one of her like the aunt or cousins or something
Oh, okay.
or mother maybe. Do you remember when I said shut up, Meg?
She just says like, "I just want my telescope."
Please, mommy, don't hurt me. It's such a weird, like, ongoing plot thing.
Yep.
Man, take a shot every time Mila Kunis falls in this movie.
It's a lot. You know, it's to the point where like she needs to put like gravity boots on her.
Yeah,
Is it only like one pair in the universe? Like why is that like a standard equipment?
yeah. Why don't all like the ages all the agents had them or something?
Wait, they have portals?
You just beam. Yeah, can you beam people up like Star Trek?
All right, the effects are like you can tell like they're running out of money.
It's not the same effort as the like first like the big Chicago sequence.
It's not.
Now it's just a green screen.
But the helmets just make it look goofy. It's so weird that it's like his full name is Kane Wise.
Get it? K9 kind of.
It'd been better if his code, his like tag name or like his handle is like 9, and then it's like, what's your first name? Kane. It's like, oh, Kane Wise just sounds weird.
Oh god, the movie's it's starting over. They
Loop
neuralize
back.
everyone.
Oh god.
No one remembers anything.
Would have been better if she put like a Marvel real life decoy.
Yep, it's a sim.
And she chose to go back. Like she put the memory of them as like, let's work as a cleaner. And she's like, I actually enjoy cleaning toilets now. Ha 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 ha. This
I
movie's
had an adventure.
Yeah, this movie is about appreciating like menial tasks and like shit family.
How? But it's like how many space bucks does she have now? Like, like a billion gazillion space bucks.
But you can't convert it. She has to keep it a secret.
Yeah. You guys know I own this planet, right?
But that's like a crazy person to say, you know? It's like
Mhm.
I'm the president of the world.
Yeah.
You know, I I would just give yourself a little bit of a luxury besides.
Like had them neuralize people, and then like, oh, we don't clean toilets anymore. We own like a different business or something. Like,
Yeah,
or like
yeah, like
we got inheritance. Like,
I'm an astrologer now.
mhm.
I genetically brought dad back.
How would she explain Kane to her family?
It is a tough one.
Like she like if they're still together, like she eventually has to explain like, here's my boyfriend. He's a half dog, half bird, alien
Angel?
soldier for fortune. Like,
Finally. Also, there are people with smartphones during this time. They'd be like, "What the fuck's out there? Is that Mila
yeah,
Kunis like cloud surfing?"
and like a bird man.
Like the gray aliens here have to like work overtime because these two want to go on a dumb flying date.
They're just, yeah, like the great aliens work for Mila Kunis now. They're just like, God, fucking princess or whatever it is now. Like, we gotta clean up so much. Our jobs are so much harder now.
You didn't file the right paperwork for this date, and so like we didn't have the crew ready to neuralize like downtown Chicago. Again, it's not a terrible concept. The execution's a little sloppy at times, but the concept isn't bad.
I think the main thing is, yeah, they tried to cram way too much stuff into it.
There's a lot.
There's at least two movies worth of content in here.
So like the movie I was gonna follow this up with at some point was Valerium, but I can't even think about
Oh,
what else.
Valerian. Oh, very similar.
Might watch that next week just to like keep the motive of like good concept but just weird execution. So yeah, like if they just took its time and really built up certain things and then uh I don't know,
I
didn't
mean,
like or just trim down the subplots. Like there was just like it's been like 15 minutes. Let's introduce another crazy thing.
it could just all like just have Eddie Redmayne be the main bet. Like, you don't need the other
You
siblings,
don't
or like
you
have them,
really
or like, at least you don't need them to be like other, like have their own subplots that have like climaxes and like I guess the sister didn't really have like she's just like, hey, you look like our mother. Like, I'm young now. Bye. Like,
Yeah, that's all you had to do. And then it's like, well, then the brother takes over and goes, "Hey, like, come with me." And it's like, my sister just introduced you to the thing. Let's like try to explain. Like, I want to protect you from my other brother. And then it's like, you think he's gonna be the good brother? Then it turns out like they're both, bad. Because the sister sort of
yeah,
just like is there. She doesn't really have
she
an
she just
agenda.
she just sends them to space DMV.
Yeah, so like the sister's actually better. Like, she's not
Mhm.
great, but because she still bathes in the gene pool, but she at least was like, okay, well, let's go through the paperwork. So, like, let's make you an official royal person.
I think it's also because she hates her brother. So
I think she knew, like, the other brother killed the mom.
yeah,
Here's another thing: we never see the dad.
that's for the sequel. They had to like find like a some sort of like big like
reveal where he's
a
actually
big
like
actor or
he
something.
didn't
Yeah.
die. He got like exiled because he was even crazier. So like they filed the right petition to take over a hostile takeover of the company.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Like, see, like it's a concept that I can see. Like, if they just wanted to, there could be a whole different arc. And at this point, like Star Wars, it's like you don't retell the same story. Like at least for the story of the original
Because the brother,
trilogy.
because Titus is still out there. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could have
he's plotting.
Titus goes and finds like their father. Yeah, he finds their father, and it's like
He
the father's
petitions
like,
for he like reinstates his royalty or something, and then
mhm.
he
It's
comes
like, and
back.
it's like I actually own the planet because I married your mother, and I got all of her
We combine,
holdings, including
yeah,
Earth.
we
Yeah,
combine like her planets and my planets, and we shared like the kingdom. But because like he did something even daring, then he got kicked out of the company, and then like
because that's what Titus's whole plot was. He wanted to marry Mila Kunis and then get her holdings, and then
yeah,
kill her, and then
see
so that's like
it
the dad like would have had like that because he married the
the
mother who owned
mom, and then the
Earth.
mom probably
Yeah.
caught on and was like, "Oh no, you don't," and then like did a board meeting vote and kicked him out.
Hmm.
Like, if you want to go in the capitalist thing, like, go for it. Don't just stop. Like, they really just go, okay, well, Eddie Redmayne is for profits and it's generic, but it really could have been even crazier, especially when you really introduce the bureaucracy and Terry Gilliam's there. So just like go with it.
I still that scene is so like that the Brazil scene is so crazy. Just like it's so
I
it,
don't mind
it,
it.
yeah, it's great, but so like it feels like it's such
Oh,
from a different
totally,
movie.
yes. Yeah, I mean, as a movie watcher with this level of how much we've watched, it is a twist, and I appreciate it because if not, it just the whole movie would have been running like the same level, the same like beat. But in a hey, first time you don't watch a lot of sci-fi, this is maybe your third sci-fi movie or whatever. Confusing as shit. Like
Mhm.
completely like derails the like romance, the whole like uh Mila Kunis is the Cinderella story because now it's like, all right, well, we got to go through paperwork now. You're like, holy shit, what?
They should have brought back the uh like for like when David Lynch's Dune came out and they had like the brochure to explain everything.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. But you know what would have been funnier? And if you really want to up the comedy, it's like, oh yeah, like you just can't be you. Like you got to show us your genetic maker. So then, like Mila Kunis has to go back to Earth, like grab her mom, bring her cousin, and they have to fill out the
Yep.
paperwork, and then they get neuralized and sent back.
Hmm.
That would have been funny. Like like there is a comedy movie in all of this, but it's like they like reveal it in that, and they close it back up again. I don't know, like at least my keen eye of like watching this, I'm like, oh, like I could see it, I could see the pitch and how some people like interpret it. But then did a did Warner Brothers overstep and did something weird and like like but the thing is there's no product they're pushing. There's no like kitschy technology where it's like, oh, like get here's my smartphone, like, and like that's the thing that saves like Mila Kunis. It's not like that.
Well, the odd thing is, because I don't think like Speed Racer and Cloud Atlas, I don't think did well. But then Warner Bros. Still gave like the Wachowskis carte blanche of like, well, you still made Matrix for us, so you can still have like unlimited money and have whatever do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah, I could see that. But then even by the time they did Matrix, like whatever the fourth one was, that pretty much
yeah.
killed any idea for Matrix thing. I mean, they're just completely done with Warner.
But they probably Warner Bros. I mean they probably thought this could have been like a new Star Wars or something, where it's like, well, the Wachowskis who made the Matrix are making a new. It's like this could be like a new Star Wars.
It
we could have
could
like we could
have.
have like a we could have like a Jupiter Ascending trilogy.
I wouldn't even call it Star Wars. I'd call it like another Dune.
Yeah.
I could see it. Like it could have been something that they got now with the Dune movies, but this is definitely like a derivative genetic Mila Kunis of Dune. Like all the parts are there, like the DNA of Dune's in it, and it
Yep.
it, it came out like actually no, this is like a splicer of Dune. They
Mila,
spliced
Ku- Mila
this with like another movie. I'm trying to think what the other movie is, like Dune plus something.
I'm trying to think. Is there a movie? I'm trying to think of a movie that is there like where like we said Eternals because it's like they're kind of like harvesting planets
Yeah,
and
but that's
then
that. This came before. It has to be like a up until
yeah.
this point. So,
Hmm.
let me ask. Let me look online. It has to be a movie where they did body harvesting because that's not an original idea. So, like, what movies had like human harvesting?
Well, we made like the Soylent Green joke that was like a classic of
Holy
like they're
shit! You know
turning.
what this movie is? Do you know, Zach?
Go ahead.
It's The Island plus Dune,
Kinda, yeah.
and they both had Sean Bean in it.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is The Island.
Well, I guess, but it's not really. It's not clones though. They're just like turning people into goo.
But they still take the no. It's the reversal where like they take the organs of clones. In this point, it's like now they take the goo of humans, but they still have to plant the like the family is technically selling their own product because they see the planet with their bloodline, so that like
Mhm.
they can get the same DNA and put it back in themselves and sell it to other beings
I mean, it definitely has like the Matrix stuff too, where humans are being used for something,
as a
and then
battery.
the
Yes, yes, you're
Matrix is a
right.
battery now. Now they're like you be used for like beauty products.
And yeah, like okay, when I put in like online to see whether movies are like harvesting, they gave me like a good amount. Um, it's unfortunate that like I think Jupiter Ascending was the last one to do it because it's like up until that. Yeah, I'm looking online. Jupiter Ascending was the last one up until Eternals. At least that's the one that they can find it easily. Before that was Elysium, where it's
Oh,
like
Elysium, yeah.
Elysium,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, and then other one a few years before that was Turista.
Oh, yeah, tourist, yeah. Hmm.
And then, oh, well, you know what the last one is that is more like harvesting with a different twist? Get Out.
Yeah.
Little
Hmm.
different, but in sense of how to like get essence and transfer it. Yeah. So, well, I mean, how hard would it be to buy the rights from the Wachowskis to make a Jupiter Ascending miniseries?
Hmm.
Yep. Right after this, HBO Max was like, Valerium now? And I was like,
I mean,
remind me in a week. I need my brain to
they're
settle.
that would be if you want more of this like kind of things. Yeah, definitely watch Valerian because it's all just like crazy sci-fi nonsense
Yeah. But
and very visually very similar too.
I got that. I got that vibe. But yeah, this wasn't so bad. This wasn't just I wasn't laughing to like the plot. A lot of it is like reasonable. It just moves at a like neck breaking speed.
Yeah, I mean the visuals are great. I mean you can see all the money's on the screen except for like we were talking about the ending. It kind of like they kind of like gave up a little bit, but um and yeah, lots of fun ideas as far as like splicing people with like animals and like harvesting plants for space goo,
And the
help
royalty,
beauty goo. Yeah.
and then like the kind of rules of engagement. So I don't mind it. Like it's something again. I'm used to like an anime doing it. So coming from that sci-fi like dense world, it's an attempt. So I kind of see, but yeah, no, I wouldn't pay this in theaters. If I, like it's a fun watch if it's just on streaming. But if I had to go seek this out and pay money, I'd be like, huh.
Hmm.
But yeah, any last thoughts?
No, I mean it's a if you can deal with all the like the plot craziness and like kind of like just maybe not be okay with not understanding all the plot stuff, then and you just want to see like some cool visuals, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I think like if you're talking about like the three like like not the three non-Matrix movies like Speed Racer, Cloud Atlas, and this, I would say Speed Racer is definitely the best one of the three probably.
yeah. I still
But
haven't seen Cloud Atlas all the way.
I haven't seen Cloud Atlas since it came out. I watched it, I think I saw it like after it came out in theaters, but it's been like another like that was like before this one, so it's over 10 years.
I don't know. We could do a commentary on that. That's a long ass movie.
No, that's too long, too serious. Although there is weird stuff in that one where everyone's playing multiple characters, but yeah, I think that'll do it for Trooper Sending. We'll be back next month with another movie. Head over to the site for all of our other stuff. We got news, reviews, trailers, all the regular podcasts, everything extra. Head over, check all that stuff out. And yes, for Chris, I'm Zach, and we will see you next time.
For more from Everything Action, head to www.everythingaction.com. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/everything.action and follow us on X at EVAction. We're also on Instagram and Threads at everything.action. Find more episodes of the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcast app of choice, and be sure to rate and subscribe.